Here we have for sale our July 2020 on a 20 plate Volkswagen. This is the new T6.1. It's a T32, meaning it's got the 3.2 ton gross vehicle weight, and this is the 150 brake horsepower, which has got the 2 litre TDI engine, 7-speed DSG Highline short wheelbase Kombi. And what we're going to do in this video is have a little walk around. I'll show you the spec that you get on a Highline Kombi of this age. There's quite a few optional extras on this particular example. We'll also talk you through the ownership and condition, seeing as it is currently available for sale. So first thing to note is that this is actually my own personal company vehicle for the last year. So I know this van quite well. I've done every single mile in it, other than the first, I think it was delivered on something like 20 miles. So as I say, I've done everything since then. If there are any marks on it, they are purely my responsibility. But yeah, no, it's been a fantastic van, and I'm quite excited to show you around this particular example. So first thing about the van here, this colour is called Ravenna Blue. Absolutely fantastic colour in my opinion. Had the choice, of course, of any colour at the time of ordering it, and in my opinion this was the best, and probably still my opinion this is the best colour to go for in a new Highline Kombi. At the rear of the vehicle then, we've got the glazed rear tailgate. That's as they come as standard on a Highline Kombi. You can spec them otherwise if you wanted to, but I think that, again, I think that's the best option. It gives you the access, not access, but it gives you the visibility out of the rear window there. And of course you've got the shelter when it rains as well. This one has been spec'd with a reversing camera. That's the first optional extra which you'll see on this particular van. And on a Highline you get colour-coded bumpers, mirrors, door handles. So as you can see here, all the bumpers all done, as I say, in that lovely Ravenna Blue. That's all as standard. Front and rear parking sensors on this particular example as well. And the bumper is all in lovely condition. I've literally used this vehicle from new as a car. So it's never done any sort of heavy work. I'm not a builder by any stretch of the imagination. I sell vans, so yeah, it's only literally been used as a car. Opening up the back then, we can then start to have a look at the load area here in the back, and this is where things start to get a little bit interesting, because I actually had the van fully insulated and lined here in the back. The main reason that I did this was to reduce the road noise when driving, because these vans do have a bit of a habit of sort of creating a bit of sort of reverberating road noise when you're driving. So I had it all fully sound and heat insulated in the back, and then I had it all lined. So we've got the normal lovely grey carpet lining on the sides, and then I went for this lovely Alcantara style material on the roof as well, which is absolutely lovely to touch, really nice and soft, and I think it gives the van a much more sort of luxurious feel. These LED lights, they come as standard, big improvement on the T6. That's one of the options that I really liked on the T6.1, one of the upgrades. I think it really sets it off. But in terms of condition here in the back, of course, absolutely spot on in the back. As I say, it's literally been used as a car. I have, of course, put things in the back of here, but never anything dirty or heavy or anything like that. It's all pretty much as the day I had it. Nice, soft touch rubber flooring, which is great, because if you need to crawl in here on your knees to get something, then, as I say, it's nice and soft. Plenty of tie-down points in the back here, and then we'll see another optional extra, which is this sort of contraption here, and that is the rear ventilation. So I'll show you the controls when we go around to the front, but there is a vent here, so you can actually blow hot or cold air out into the rear of the van, and not just the front. Fantastic for your passengers. You can see as well, it's all carpet lined in the back of here as well. And we'll continue to go around the rest of the van. So then moving down the passenger side, looking down the side of the vehicle, it is absolutely spot on in terms of condition. There's no there's no dents or anything on this van that I know of at all. It's all in lovely order. On a Highline, on a T32 should I say, you get the 17-inch Davenport alloy wheels. Again, I'm not aware of any curb marks or anything like that on any of the wheels. They're all absolutely spot on. If we open up this side loading door, I can then show you the condition and spec inside here. So you get opening windows on both sides as standard on a Highline Kombi. Opening windows, as I say, of course, side loading door as well. And then we have a look at the seats, and again, this is one of the things that I quite liked about this particular van, is that it had these palladium coloured leatherette seats. I think it makes them much easier to wipe down, and I just think it gives the van a much more sort of premium look. You can see as well they are Isofix compatible. I've just actually had a baby, and it makes the Isofix base, you can get them in here no problem at all. Of course, like all Kombis, you've got great versatility here in the rear. This one is specced with the 2+1 rear seater configuration, which I personally think is much better than the full bench, and that means gives you good access then into the rear. And you can use these tabs here to fold the seats down. I did put a picture of this on the advert as well, but you can fold the seats down like so, and you can quickly remove them from the van altogether via the quick release points on the bottom. And as I say, the great thing about the 2+1 is the 1 and the 2 are totally independent of each other, so you can just take the 1 out if you want to load something longer in this side. And this gives you another chance as well then to look at that lovely head lining, or the carpet lining on the side as well. I did choose as well to go with the carpet lining all the way through to the front as well, just to give it that nice continuation there, which I'm really glad I did now. Moving then into the front of the van, we can again start to have a look at the condition and spec in here. And again, this is very much as I had it, other from one or two small little bits and bobs, but door card there, all absolutely spot on. This is the original Mobil 1 oil that they give you when you have the van. It's got the original book pack in the wallet and everything as well. The only thing that I've added to the van, other than as I say, the carpet lining, is these nice Volkswagen rubber overmats, because this particular example is specced as an optional extra with cab carpet, which I really like. Actually, it gives the vehicle a much more car-like feel, but I didn't want to, I wanted to protect them and keep them as clean as I could, so I ordered these genuine VW rubber overmats for the front. And then you can have a look at the seats here in the front. So again, we've got that leatherette palladium in the front here. You get a double armrest on both front seats as well. I absolutely love this on transporters because they are adjustable using this wheel just here, so you can set it to your desired height as well. Just makes traveling in these vans so comfortable. You can turn the passenger airbag off if you want to as well, if you're going to be carrying a child in the front. Moving then around to the front of the van, this is where the big changes were on the T6.1 as opposed to the T6, and that's this new grille configuration here. I wasn't sure about it actually when it first came out, but it's really grown on me now, and I think they look absolutely fantastic. And then my favourite optional extra on this particular example is the LED headlights with the LED daytime running lights as well. If you've ever owned a transporter and had the standard headlights, you'll know that they are not the best. So the LEDs, I wouldn't have a transporter again without LEDs, in my personal opinion. They just really do light up the road so well at night, and I think these LED lights as well look absolutely fantastic, the daytime running lights there. On the front, as I mentioned, front parking sensors here and front fog lights as well, along with the colour-coded front bumper. And in terms of condition here at the front, I mean, you may find the odd stone chip here or there, but all in all, it's looking really good indeed. Looking then down the driver's side of the vehicle, again, I'll have a look in the reflections there, see if there's anything that I can see. I hope not, otherwise I would be shocked, but it's all looking pretty good indeed. And we'll open up the driver's door then and have a look at the spec and condition in here, because there is a lot of spec on a Highline. So starting off here on top of the driver's door, we've got electric windows, electric heated folding mirrors. So if you put them to the folding position like that, the mirrors will fold in. You can actually do it on the key as well, and it was only after owning this van that I learned you could do that. If you actually hold the lock button down, the mirrors will fold in automatically, which is really nice. Speaking of automatic, you've got auto lights and wipers as well. Of course, still got the 2 full keys with the vehicle. And another big upgrade here from the T6 is this new steering wheel. Absolutely lovely, nice flat bottom to it. All the controls nicely laid out on the steering wheel as well. So you've got your adaptive cruise control on the left hand side here, and then on the right hand side you've got your onboard computer controls. You can change tracks, you can answer and hang up the phone, you can do all that all off the steering wheel just there. If we look at the speedometer, 8,428 miles. As I say, apart from probably close to that 28, I've pretty much done all of those. Yeah, as I say, it's been absolutely spot on. If we look up here on top of the dashboard, little 12-volt socket just up there, plenty of storage as well. And again, looking at the condition here of the driver's seat, it's all still in very good order. I haven't ripped it, or I don't smoke or anything like that. Height adjustability on the driver's seat as well. And again, just looking at the condition here, I've tried to keep the step in as good order as I can. The rubber overmat, and as I say, it's all carpet, factory cab carpet underneath just there as well. Jumping inside then, out of the wind, we can then start to have a look at the spec inside here. So we have got the lovely 7-speed DSG automatic gearbox. Another optional extra on this particular example, heated seats, an absolute godsend in the winter. Heated windscreen, that's another godsend in the winter as well actually. Air conditioning, this is where you can actually turn the start-stop off, or you can toggle the parking sensors on and off as well. And then you've got this lovely screen just here. If I put the vehicle into reverse, you can see the reversing camera just there. And if I put it back into park, I can then show you that this van has got App Connect. So we've got Apple CarPlay on here. I use this constantly. I've got my phone plugged in down here by a USB-C cable. I use this all the time. I love listening to podcasts and things like that, so you can quickly navigate through that and put all those on there via Spotify or via the podcast app. That's all very good, and you can of course make calls, and you can use your sat nav on here as well. But if you go back onto the radio, you have got DAB radio on here as well, and of course if you don't want to do that, you can connect your phone via Bluetooth as well if you so want to. But really easy to use this screen, and as I say, if you've got an Apple or Android phone, then it makes life so much easier. And then the rear air conditioning, or the rear ventilation should I say, is controlled by this electronic panel up here. I've even still got the plastic cover on here. I haven't used this a great amount because most of the time it is just me in the van, but this is where you can control the temperature and the fan speed in the rear as well. As you can see, this lovely Alcantara lining all on the top as well. I think that just about sums it up. Of course, it is covered by VW's manufacturer's warranty. That is until the end of July 2023, so plenty of time left on the manufacturer's warranty on this particular example. And just to sum up the model, just to summarize that again, so it's a T6.1, that's the shape, that's this new facelifted shape, or it was in 2020. It's the T32, which means it's got the 3.2 ton gross vehicle weight. It's a Highline Kombi, so Highline being the spec, Kombi that it's got seats in the back, 2-litre TDI engine, 150 brake horsepower, short wheelbase with the 7-speed DSG automatic gearbox. Extras on this particular example, LED headlights, that palladium leatherette, reversing camera, heated seats, cab carpet, and of course this lovely Ravenna Blue metallic paint. 8,000 miles, condition is pretty much spot on, I would say, and I have very much enjoyed this particular example myself. If you'd like to inquire, please feel free to give us a call on either of the numbers listed here at the bottom of the sign. We can arrange finance on all of our vans starting as low as 7.9% APR, and we can also take cars or vans in part exchange as well. So anything you have, feel free to give us a call, and as I say, we can give you a good fair price over the phone. We can also deliver our vehicles nationwide as well. Thank you very much for watching.